We got some major silly season news that has broken as Ty Dillon will be jumping back down to the Truck Series and join Rackley WAR Racing in 2024. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty major silly season news that is broken today and some pretty shocking silly season news. As it was announced today that Ty Dillon will be joining Rackley WAR Racing full-time in 2024, driving the number 25 truck in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Here is the announcement from Rackley WAR Racing. Rackley WAR announced today that Ty Dillon will take over the number 25 Rackley Roofing Company and WarShock's Chevrolet Silverado full-time in the 2024 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, beginning with the season opener at Daytona International Speedway in February. They said, "We are excited to announce Ty Dillon as a driver for Rackley WAR in the NASCAR Truck Series," President and Chief Operating Officer Willie Allen said. "Ty's exceptional talent is a perfect fit for our team as we elevate our engineering and technological capabilities to new heights." In just his third season, the organization made its first playoff appearance in 2023, scoring 13 top 10s and ending the year 9th in the owners' points. "We're investing in cutting-edge technology and innovating engineering to ensure Ty has one of the most competitive trucks on the track," Allen continued. "This season marks a new chapter for our team. We're ready to showcase our progress and for a championship run. We look forward to making this season a new benchmark in our racing history." As part of the agreement with Dillon, it is also announced that Rackley Roofing Company Incorporated is returning to the team as a primary sponsor, has committed to 16 races for the 2024 season. New partners will be announced as those conversations continue and new opportunities develop. Ty Dillon says, "I'm excited to go back to the Truck Series and compete in this series. It got it all started for me," Dillon said. "I have a lot of good memories from earlier in my career with winning races and poles, and our goal is to create more this season. Rackley WAR has built a solid foundation, and it's an honor to be part of taking team to the winning level they want to be at. I'm very appreciative of this opportunity and ready to get started in Daytona." What an absolute shock and a bombshell move in this silly season. If you were to ask me where I thought Ty Dillon was going to be headed in 2024, I would have told you that he was probably either going to be part-time in the NASCAR Cup Series, maybe with Colleague Racing, or back in the Xfinity Series, maybe driving for Richard Childress Racing. For him to go back down to the Truck Series is a really, really interesting move. He, of course, is taking over that 25 truck from Matt DiBenedetto, who is expected to potentially go to AM Racing in 2024, or that is rumored currently at the moment. We'll talk about that maybe later this week. But as for Ty Dillon going back down to Rackley, it is a very interesting move. Let's be honest with ourselves. Ty Dillon had not done a very good job in the Cup Series over the course of the last few years. He struggled in the Cup Series here with Spire Motorsports, only getting, I think, 3 or 4 top 20 finishes across the board. And I don't even think he scored a single top 10 this year. I think he and Noah Gragson were the only 2 full-time drivers that did not score. Well, Noah Gragson, of course, didn't finish the season, but he's one of the 2 drivers supposed to run full-time in the season that did not end up running extremely well. That being said, though, I think Ty Dillon is not that bad of a race car driver. For him to make the decision himself to go back down to the Truck Series, I have a lot of respect for that. As for the team he's going with, Rackley WAR Racing is a decent organization, but they're not the fastest organization in the world. They struggled in their first year, but the last few years with Matt DiBenedetto, this team has shown quite a bit of improvement. Like we already talked about, Matt DiBenedetto was able to make the playoffs in 2023 and finished 9th in, well, he didn't finish 9th in the standings, he finished 10th in the standings, or a little bit lower than that, and of course, the 19 finished 9th in the under standings. Matt DiBenedetto had, I think, like 13 top 10s across the board. A very solid year. We'll, like I said, talk about Matt DiBenedetto later in the week, and we'll talk about where I think he's headed here in just a second. But as for Ty Dillon, what are my expectations for him going into 2024? Well, I think Ty Dillon for sure is going to be a playoff contender. There is going to be less competition in the Truck Series next year. Zane Smith and Carson Osbar, of course, are moving up full-time. You won't have to deal with Matt DiBenedetto next year, more than likely, and Haley Deegan's also moving up. But there is new competition coming in. You've got Lane Riggs joining the series, and I think he's going to be a championship contender. You've got drivers like Ty Majeski who are going to be major threats and contenders for the championship, and even some of the other ThorSport drivers like Jake Garcia. Nick Sanchez is probably going to be a contender for this championship. I don't think Ty Dillon is going to be a massive championship threat and a championship contender, but I think that he will at least have a chance to make the playoffs, and maybe, just maybe, Ty Dillon will be able to sneak in and get a victory in 2024, because at times this season, that 25 truck looked like it had pace and speed to win. I don't know if Ty Dillon, like I said, is a better driver than Matt DiBenedetto, but I think Ty Dillon is a decent driver, and I think him going back down on the Truck Series, I think is really going to help him out in 2024. I'm very intrigued to see how he's going to end up doing. So with the Ty Dillon news of him going to Rackley WAR Racing in 2024, what happens with Matt DiBenedetto? Well, Matt DiBenedetto a couple days ago tweeted out that he is teasing his 2024 plans. And a lot of people are beginning to speculate that he most likely will be going over to the number 25 car for AM Racing in 2024. This, of course, has not been officially announced at this time, but many are speculating that he is going to be with AM Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in the number 25 car. Racing, they're overall a very solid and a pretty good organization. Well, not a great organization, but for a first-year team who ran their first full-time season, they were pretty solid with Brett Moffitt. Now, I've already said this about Brett Moffitt. I think Brett Moffitt is overall a better driver than Matt DiBenedetto, but Matt DiBenedetto and Haley Deegan being teammates next year, I think is going to be very interesting to see how that ends up playing out. Again, I'm very intrigued to see how Matt DiBenedetto is going to do in 2024. Sounds like he may be headed to AM Racing, but that has not been announced at this current moment. Again, I'm glad to see that Ty Dillon does have a ride for 2024, but again, I would have thought he'd be in the Cup Series part-time, maybe with Kaulig, or maybe, just maybe, would be in the NASCAR Cup, maybe in the Xfinity Series with Rich Schultz Racing. But you know what? I appreciate him taking a chance on himself to go back down to the Truck Series, and this could eventually, maybe down the road, lead him to going back to the Cup Series in the next years if he performs well enough. But if he does struggle with Rackley WAR Racing, then I'm a little worried about Ty Dillon's long-term future. Ty Dillon is not a kid anymore. I think Ty Dillon is, 31 years old. He's the same age as Kyle Larson and is only about a year younger than Matt DiBenedetto and a couple other drivers in the Cup Series. I would imagine that it's getting to that point where Ty Dillon needs to really start performing in his career if he's going to want to have a chance and opportunity. That being said, glad to see that Ty Dillon does have a ride in NASCAR in 2024, and I'm wishing the best of luck going to 2024. We'll see how he ends up doing in the 2024 season. Hopefully, he can do really well with Rackley WAR in 2024. As for the other sponsor for the other races, my speculation is more than likely Ferris Motors is going to be the sponsor that Ty Dillon has for 2024. So, that is your today's breaking news and special news report. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as we're on Patreon as well. Links go below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. How will you think Ty Dillon is going to perform in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, more than likely, there's going to be 2 videos on the channel talking about the most recent news as we close out the year, and there might be a little silly season update dropping on the channel as well. Then on Sunday will be the thank you video for 2023, and then on Monday will be the goals video for 2023, and we'll be getting closer to the start of 2023, as tomorrow will be 50 days away from the Daytona 500. Got a lot of great content dropping on the channel that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.